Hi, I'm San Antonio injury attorney Stacey Barris, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about handling your own car accident or car wreck case. But my answer, the things I'm going to tell you today, is probably not what you're going to be expecting from an injury attorney. Most people, when we talk about people handling their own cases, most people assume that an injury attorney is going to tell you that you should never handle your own case. But at my firm, that's quite contrary to what we actually believe and what we practice. In fact, we believe that there are many circumstances for which a client can and should handle their own injury claim. There are circumstances when you're in a car accident or a car wreck, you may not need an attorney, and I'll be the first one to tell you that. There probably aren't a lot of injury attorneys out there that are going to tell you that, because by telling you can handle your own car accident claim, that generally means that less business for us, and we turn cases away all the time, not because we don't want the case, but simply because the client can do it themselves. But there are some things you have to be aware of, and there are some certain scenarios which you would not want to try to handle the claim on your own, okay? So what are some types of claims that a person can handle on their own without the need for an attorney? Well, number one, property damage only claims. In fact, you would probably be pretty hard pressed to find an injury attorney that's going to help you out if there's property damage only. The reason is that these claims are really easy to resolve, generally speaking, and there's really no room there for the attorney to make any money or put the client in a better position. You know, the client would be losing money by hiring an attorney to handle their property damage only claim. Generally, it's pretty easy. A couple things to be aware of, though. Under Texas law, you can have your car repaired at any shop that you want. It doesn't have to be the preferred repair shop for the insurance company. Now, many times it's going to be faster and easier to get it repaired at the preferred shop, but do your homework. Make sure that the preferred shop is reputable. Make sure they offer a lifetime warranty. You can request them in writing that they use only new parts. I don't know that they necessarily have to use OEM parts or original equipment parts, but you can certainly request that they don't use any used parts or remanufactured parts on your car. Okay, so property damage only claim, you can certainly handle that on your own. What about cases with injuries where you're actually hurt? Well, again, many injury attorneys say, well, no, you need an attorney, absolutely, if you've been injured in an accident. I don't think that's true. There are a lot of cases involving injuries that you could handle on your own. So what are some of those cases? Well, if it's a property damage case with minor injuries, that is, you went to the chiropractor a few times, you've got $3,000 to $4,000 or less in property damage, and you went to the chiropractor a few weeks and you feel good, nothing malingering, no real issues, no hospitalizations or anything like that, you can certainly handle that claim on your own. Okay, but there are some scenarios, again, when you should not try to handle an injury claim on your own. The first thing I would say is that if you don't have health insurance and you need to get treatment that you cannot afford otherwise, an attorney can come in really handy there, especially if the attorney has something set up like our office has set up, and that is a medical treatment program. A lot of times people will have been hurt in an accident, they don't have health insurance, and it's very difficult for them to find a doctor who will treat them without insurance and knowing that they were a victim of a car accident or car wreck. So we help those people. We have a medical treatment program. We have partnered with medical providers, doctors and specialists throughout San Antonio and South Texas who have agreed to see the client and wait to be paid until the case is resolved in order to help the client get the treatment they need. If you have been hurt and you need medical treatment but you don't have insurance, that's where an attorney can really come in handy. I would tell you, you absolutely need to get treatment right away. You need to go and get treatment for those injuries, because if you don't, and you don't settle your claim, or you wait too long, or something else happens to the extent that you never really get those injuries resolved, they can malinger and they can cause you a lot of serious issues down the road. So if you've been hit by someone else and you don't have health insurance, you need to talk to an experienced attorney who has a medical treatment program that can help you get the care that you need, okay? The second type of case that I would not try to resolve on your own would be a commercial vehicle, a company vehicle, or a truck accident case. And that is because those cases, there's a lot of different complicated insurance matters at play, and the deck's already stacked against you with the company representatives, and the insurance agents are going to team up to try to pin liability on you, and they're going to do that relatively quickly. They're going to do anything that they can to try to either put you at fault for the accident or put you partially at fault, or do really make your life miserable. And so in those type of cases, I would highly recommend talking to an experienced injury attorney. The third thing is, if you've got broken bones or a hospitalization more than just going to the ER to get checked out, and your medical bills are going to be, over $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, at that point, I think it's wise to consult with an injury attorney. Also, if you have health insurance, such as Medicare, Medicaid, and you utilize that insurance for your treatment, there's some things that you need to be aware of that those health insurance providers, your private health insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, has an absolute right to be reimbursed if you settle that claim with the other driver's insurance company. A lot of times people get into trouble by settling the claim themselves. They pay the medical bills and then they have a little bit extra, and they are not aware that they have to repay whatever was paid by Medicare, Medicaid, or their insurance company, and they can end up in some trouble. So if you have used your own insurance company, which I do recommend using your own insurance if you have it, but be aware you may need to consult with an attorney about what that means as far as the insurance company's right to be paid back. The next thing is that if you are trying to settle the insurance claim on your own, and the insurance company is jerking you around, they will do that a lot. They will drag their feet, they will try to postpone, and they will definitely not treat you fairly. I can tell you that right now. At some point in time, you may want to consider consulting with an injury attorney to see if you're being treated fairly. I highly recommend, if you're trying to settle your own case, that before you accept any settlement, that you call and you talk to an injury attorney. Our firm, if you're trying to sell your own case, our firm will review it for you for free, and we'll tell you, look, I don't think you're getting a fair settlement. We could definitely get you more money, or that, no, we think it's pretty close, maybe try this. We're always happy to give you pointers and tips and to help people who are trying to settle those smaller injury claims. Once again, if you have a bigger case, more medical bills involved, a higher amount of property damage involved, that's when the insurance company is really going to start to put you through the ringer, and you need to consult with an attorney at that point. Okay, again, there are some things to be aware of if you're trying to handle your own case. Number one is something called statute of limitations. The statute of limitations is an absolute time period where you have, in Texas, 2 years from the date of the accident to file a lawsuit in your claim, or you're otherwise barred. Okay, if you miss that deadline, you will not be able to recover, and you will not be able to file a lawsuit. In fact, we had a caller recently call our office. She had been trying to settle her claim on her own, and she said she got this mysterious letter from the insurance company saying that they were now withdrawing their offer, their previous offer of $15,000 and change, and that they had withdrawn and rescinded that offer of settlement. I thought that was kind of odd. I got talking to her, asked her some questions, and realized, well, the likely reason that they did that is because the accident happened 2 years and 1 month ago, meaning that they wouldn't have to pay her anything, and she couldn't really file a lawsuit against them because she had missed the statute of limitations. So there was really nothing that she could do at that point, or very little that she could do. So if you're handling these claims on your own, be aware that there are strict timelines that govern your case. And if the insurance company starts to jerk you around, you feel like you're not being treated fairly, I would consult with an injury attorney sooner than later. You do not want to risk missing one of those deadlines. In fact, like I said before, we help people all the time. If the insurance company is jerking you around, give us a call. We'll give you a free 5-point case analysis to really see what your case is like and if you're getting treated fairly. Not only that, but we have a free book that we've written to actually help people settle their own claims. A lot of injury attorneys I talked to thought, you're crazy, why are you trying to teach people how to settle their own injury claims? Well, if they're injury claims without a lot of damage, they're not really claims that I'm going to be able to really help the client, and they're not really cases that we accept. So I'm happy to teach people how to settle their own small personal injury claim. You can go to our website and download our free book that will teach you how to settle your own injury claim. It walks you through step by step and walks you through the process. It indicates some of the pitfalls and traps that you should be aware of. In fact, the book even has some sample letters, demand letters, and things like that that you can use to send to the insurance company in trying to settle your case. If you go to www.barrus, B-A-R-R-U-S, injurylawyers.com, go to the helpful info section and click on the link Free Injury Books and Reports. You'll find that book in there. It's very helpful for people who want to try to settle their own case and have a smaller injury case that they're working with. And we offer that for free. It's a free download. There's absolutely no obligation. Go out and download the book today. And if you get stuck and need some help, give us a call. We're always there to answer your questions.